Welcome to Shri Ram's IAS. Today we are going to deliberate upon one of the very critical environmental issues. One that is not often talked about, often overlooked, and so far nothing concrete has been targeted in that regard. So what is that issue? I am talking about the issue of the carbon footprint, which is significantly high from the military, from the armed conflicts, from the wars. So that we are going to analyze here very briefly. My name is Sumanjit Kaur. So let's dive into this issue. Let's go through the history. We have seen that we are talking about decarbonization of almost all the industries. We say hard to abate sectors like the cement, iron industry, iron and steel industry, okay, and some other industries, but nobody has so far taken into account the carbon footprint from the military sector, which needs to be curbed. अगर देखा जाए in terms of the percentage of its contribution in the global greenhouse gas emissions, military emissions, they are significantly high. So they amount approximately 5.5% of the global greenhouse gas emissions. Now this is very much significant because if you see, this is almost comparable with the cement industry. सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री पे रिसेंटली यूपीएससी ने हमें क्वेश्चन भी पूछा है. सो सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री का अगर कार्बन फुटप्रिंट देखें, दैट इज अराउंड 6 to 8%. And from the military emissions, if you see, that is 5.5%, close enough, right? And this has been ignored so far. If we see historically, the Kyoto Protocol, which was adopted in 1997. So at that time also, the targets to developed countries were not given with regard to curbing the emissions from the military sector, and that was because of the lobbying by the developed countries like USA. ठीक है, इसलिए क्योटो प्रोटोकॉल में क्या हुआ था, there was exemptions that were given to the military emissions. कोई भी mandatory targeting का provision नहीं था. Let's move a little further. Now came a time in the year 2015 when we had the COP21 of the UNFCCC. At that time also, nothing concrete came out of this with respect to the military emissions. If we see, although there was a little bit of the transaction seen in this regard, voluntary disclosure was allowed. ठीक है, कि voluntary basis पे industries, countries, they were encouraged that they should report whatever emissions are they are coming from the military sector. ठीक है, and apart from that, there were no reduction obligations with regard to the emissions from the defense sector या फिर हमारी war related emissions जिसको बोले. ठीक है, so like as I have told you, 5.5% is the global greenhouse gas emissions from this sector. ठीक है, अगर country wise देखा जाए, emissions are they are so humongous that they are comparable with the countries like USA, India, China. तो fourth largest emitter है in terms of if we consider it as a country. ठीक है, now we'll see what are the sources. ये emissions कहाँ से आ रही हैं. So war and environment को जब हम देखते हैं climate footprint, climate change, global warming के perspective से, we need to deliberate upon the sources. ठीक है, so जब भी war होता है, there are different phases. There is the phase of preparedness. ठीक है, in the phase of preparedness there will be establishment of the military bases also. They'll work upon the defense related infrastructure, the equipments, ठीक है, जिसके लिए ज़रूरत पड़ती है rare earth metals की. Then apart from that you also require the critical minerals, etc. ठीक है. Now in the very first phase, the preparedness phase, you see, now all of this, it's happening at the cost of the already forested regions. So there is this forest, these are cleared just to ensure that we have sufficient land evacuated for building the military bases. ठीक है, in similar way, when वी आर सोर्सिंग द रॉ मटेरियल्स फॉर द डिफेंस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स की ज़रूरत पड़ रही है, ठीक है ना। उनका सोर्स क्या है, ज़्यादातर आप देखिए दे विल बी देयर इन द फॉरेस्टेड रीजन्स, यू सी इन द कॉन्गो बेसिन, ठीक है। या फिर आप देखिए द पॉलिक मेटालिक नोड्यूल्स, दे नीड टू बी सोर्स्ड, नाउ दे अगेन दे हैव टू बी सोर्स फ्रॉम द ओशंस, नाउ बोथ लैंड एंड ओशंस, दीज आर वेरी असेंशियल कार्बन सिंक्स, and all of this preparedness for the war, that is happening at the cost of this very carbon sinks which we need, ठीक है। So what is happening in the preparedness phase itself, we are losing our carbon sinks and rather we are making them the carbon sources, ठीक है। So directly there is impact, there is the release of the greenhouse gases and that is further exacerbating the problem of global warming. Apart from that, ठीक है, प्रिपेयर्डनेस के बाद बारी आती है, नाउ दे विल गो फॉर, सपोज देयर इज द combat or warlike situation. Now during that stage also, when the attacks are carried out upon the infrastructure of one another, ठीक है, तो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में आप देखिए मोस्टली strategic infrastructure is targeted. There might be some oil and gas wells, ठीक है, so those will be attacked. So in that case what is happening when that infrastructure is attacked, this is directly resulting in increased emissions of methane and CO2. Both of these are the highest contributors in the greenhouse gases, ठीक है। इसके अलावा कितने सारे जेट प्लेन्स की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, कितने ज़्यादा कॉम्बैट व्हीकल्स की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, ठीक है, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए। सो ऑल दोज टैंक्स, द मिलिट्री जेट्स, द वॉरशिप्स, दीज आर ऑल ऑपरेटिंग ऑन द डर्टी फ्यूल एंड दैट डर्टी फ्यूल इट्स बेसिकली coal or natural gas based, and these are significant contributors in the global warming, ठीक है। So we have seen that weapons and vehicles are contributing. Then yes, another significant contributor, that is the wildfires. Now when two countries are striking each other continuously, now that is also taking a toll upon the forests that are there, ठीक है। wildfire, those instances have been recorded. You see the case of the Ukraine Russia conflict. In fact वहाँ पे 80% of Ukraine's pine forests, they were under attack and they were caught in the wildfires and that had led to humongous contribution in the greenhouse gas emissions, ठीक है, ठीक है। उसके बाद now war is over, once the war has already taken place, now reconstruction activities will be there. अब reconstruction में one of the most significant contributors, that is your the construction sector, ठीक है। Already UNEP it has this year it has issued red flags about the rising carbon footprint from the buildings and the construction sector, ठीक है। तो पोस्ट वॉर रिकंस्ट्रक्शन में इतनी ज़्यादा कंस्ट्रक्शन, इतना ज़्यादा पोल्यूशन हो रहा है, दैट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द क्रिटिकल इश्यूज, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट इफ वी सी व्हाट आर द अदर एनवायरमेंटल implications of the wars, if you see apart from global warming, और कैसे impact कर रहा है, we have seen that there is loss of the forest, there will also be indirect effect on the marine life when the sourcing of raw materials is taking place, ठीक है, यानी कि कार्बन सिंक्स पे अटैक हो रहा है इनडायरेक्टली, ठीक है। उसके अलावा क्या हो रहा है, नाउ व्हेन देयर इज द न्यूक्लियर वॉर्स आर कैरिड आउट, ठीक है, द स्ट्रेटेजिक न्यूक्लियर साइट्स विल बी अटैक्ड, ठीक है। one of the most concerning issues is the release of the radioactive materials into the environment, the proliferation of these toxic chemicals that can poison your air, soil, water and that is going to have implications beyond our comprehension, ठीक है। जैसे कि हमने देखा ही है in some instances, जैसे कि depleted uranium munitions, these were used in case of the Gulf War, ठीक है। So when those were used, it has been observed that the instances of the cancer cases among the people that increased, birth defects आप देखेंगे, ठीक है। So these are the human implications also apart from the environmental scars, ठीक है। उसके अलावा वाटर सप्लाईज, जैसे मैंने बताया है, वाटर एंड सॉइल सप्लाईज, द सॉइल प्रोविजंस, दीज विल बी कंटेमिनेटेड, ठीक है. देयर इज वेरी मच हायर इंस्टेंस ऑफ द proliferation of the heavy metals like cadmium, arsenic, ठीक है, mercury, lead, all of these. Now most of these, they will be directly harmful, they will be impacting the development of the people, ठीक है. Next, if you see, in case of the Ukraine-Russia conflict, please note the example of the Kakhovka dam that was attacked. तो directly water supplies are also affected, ठीक है. Next is very important issue, आप इसको नहीं ignore कर सकते, that is the role of the wars in also contributing in the ozone layer thinning, ozone layer depletion. Now how that happens? When the missile attacks are carried out, those also become the sources for the pollutants like the reactive gases like nitrogen and chlorine, ठीक है. तो when these gases are emitted, they are directly catalyzing the ozone depletion, ठीक है. So we have seen so far all those instances how the wars are not just the humanitarian issues, that is also a very big environmental issue and that needs to be taken into account. And recently the environmentalists, the experts, they have urged that in the upcoming COP of the UNFCCC, जो कि हमारी है COP30, it will be concluded in Brazil this year itself, and one of the agendas that is suggested for the negotiations, that is to reduce the emissions from the military sector, from the wars also, and try to bring up some safeguards regarding this, ठीक है. With that I'll end this session and will come up with more issues and their examinations further. Thank you.